Hi, my name is Jennifer Walker, and I want to real quickly show you my concept map that I've made for Module 2, and this is for struggling readers. I know it's backwards right now, but we've learned a lot about the different areas that struggler readers have in Module 1 and Module 2, and this one specifically about reading intervention in your classroom. So the one I want to go over right now and talk about is one of the ones that I have seen the most in my practicum classrooms, and that is students struggling with fluency. We know that fluency is where students can read accurately, they can read automatically when they come to words, they read at an appropriate rate, which is the speed in which they read, and they pay special attention to phrasing and expression, so their reading sounds more natural. So last semester in my first grade practicum classroom, we had quite a few students that struggled with fluency. So how do you provide good, effective intervention to help them meet those fluency goals in your classroom? So what you need to do is go back and look at the previous skills that they are struggling with, because that is what is affecting their fluency. Most of the time I've seen that students are struggling with either decoding or encoding their words, or perhaps both. So how can we meet those needs in reading intervention, especially in a small group? So when I think of small group, I think of small group activities. And I have found through my practicum classrooms and reading through for my classes and in Module 2 that multisensory lessons, multisensory components, activities in your small group can really aid and support student learning when they're struggling with decoding and encoding, which ultimately does affect their fluency. So I want to share with you two resources that I have found. One is the literacynest.com. This is a great website I go to quite a lot when I'm planning out lessons. And then also brainspring.com. Both of these sites do talk a lot about a reading program called Orton Gilliam, which is a reading program that I know just a little bit about because of one of the schools that I'm connected with. And this reading program adds a lot of multi-sensory components to their lessons. So I think it's always a good idea for intervention to be hands-on and to be creative and use all the student senses to support their learning, especially when they're decoding and encoding words using those phonic sounds that goes along with those letter symbols. So one of the great ones that, some of the activities, for example, that I've been able to use and also found on these two websites was for suffixes. I know that that affects fluency when a student has to stop and really think about and decode the suffix. So you can use cups for the suffix on one cup and the main root word on another cup, and they have to build them together. I've seen this with Legos. You can also, one of the things that I've used in the past is they've written out the word and then they have to cut it apart with suffixes and root words and then put them back together. And that just helps kind of train their brain using their hands, cutting using scissors, just to kind of get them a more active learning experience. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and I hope that some of those ideas have helped you and you'll have a chance to go look at those two resources. Thank you.